Okay, we're here at King Solomon's Mines, or Zedekiah's Cave. After digging in the Garden Tomb, we all talked about it and prayed about things, and there had to be a way where the Ark of the Covenant was taken out of the city and hidden where it's hidden today. And my dad believed that there are some tunnel systems from underneath the city of Jerusalem that actually would get you all the way over to the Skull Mountain, or
yeah,
what do you call it?
On the other side. Yeah, that's Skull.
And or the Hill of the Skull, where Christ was crucified. And so he had us explore around in here. We found Tiberius coin again here inside of a small wall, and it was like hammered to the rock and stuck there, and it was all green and pretty much corroded, but my dad had it cleaned professionally, and it was a Tiberius coin but in terrible shape. And so that also dated that wall to Christ's time also. And so I'm not sure what year it was because it's been so long, and we've been here a lot of times. And my dad went down, taking a tour down to see where the children of Israel crossed the Red Sea. And he left me here to dig, and he showed me a spot where to dig and where a cherubim was taken off the wall. And Dad thought that a cave would be in there somewhere behind this little wall. Since that time, it's been dug out. If you go inside the cave today, it looks nothing like it did when we first came here, because of so many people who have been digging for the Ark of the Covenant itself, and or a tunnel system that would lead them to it. And all we did really is we found a bunch of pottery, some bones that were carved into tools, and there was a door in here that covered a tunnel. But I only saw this door one time, along with a couple other fellows that were with me at the time. And the door was shut, locked, and bolted to the wall on each side, so there was no way to get past it. And we called my dad back in there, and he was looking for us, and he came up to the door. We were kind of down, and we came up this out of a hole, sort of, and there was this big green metal solid steel door. And we got our flashlights, shined it through the bars, and all you could see is blackness where the tunnel just kept going on and on.
Behind the door, or?
Behind the door. Through the bars in the door.
The bars in the door, you can see.
Yes. And there was 3 people at least, besides my dad there, me and the 2 other guys. I believe it was Tom Andrews and Eric Limkin. I'm almost positive. And anyway, my dad seemed very shocked that we found that door. He just said, "I'm very surprised that you found this." And we didn't really know what he meant, and he didn't really want to explain himself. There was another time where my dad flew over here, and evidently the people over here, the antiquities people, or somebody had sent 6 people into a tunnel system, and they believed that the men were supposedly Levites, and that they were trying to go in to where the Ark of the Covenant was. And what my dad told me is that when he got here, they said that they needed his help, and they told him that they had sent 6 men in to go into where the Ark of the Covenant was. And they asked my father if he would go in and take the bodies out of the cave because no one else would go in there. And what my dad said is that he went in there and they gave him a basket, a big basket, and he tied a rope to it, or they did, and he drug that in there, and he had to pick the bodies up and put them in this whatever cage or carrier or something, that, and they had to drag their bodies out by using the rope. And that's some of the people who have died looking for the Ark of the Covenant. And that's why my dad was very secretive about it, even to people he loved and knew and trusted, because he thought that if we weren't careful that we might end up, you know, being one of those who were lost by pushing forth when the time wasn't right on the Ark of the Covenant.
There were some people on the digging, I wrote it on the blog, I saw it on the internet, that said that they confirmed it. Israel Tickety in 2005, they confirmed the story.
Yeah.
Because, you know, many people say what to believe, and it's never been in the newspaper, nothing. But they confirmed it.
There was a cover story in the newspaper here that said that the men had died. They drove a Jeep into like a landmine area, and that's how they were killed. But that was just to cover up the real truth behind it all. There's been a few different people who found that out to be true.
Yeah.
And also, there have been the same people who've dug in the Garden Tomb dug here also and drilled and did radar scans, underground radar, for looking for tunnel systems. And they've dug a good ways in, and so far they haven't really found anything of a tunnel system yet. And I think, as far as I know, that's where it stands today, is nobody has found that tunnel. I was here in 2005 with the group, and we searched for the iron door that I was talking about. I don't know, at least 10 or 12 of us went in there and spread out, and we were trying to find it, and we never found the door again. We're not sure if it's covered up or if, you know, God just closed our eyes so that we can't see it right now. My father said many times that there was no more digging that had to be done, that it was accessible. It just depended on if God wanted you in there or not.
Yes. He said kind of, if God wants to
God
get
wants
you
you to...
it's easy.
Yeah.
If you don't want, you can never get in there.
Yeah.
You try as hard as you want
And
to.
our father really wasn't the kind of guy who make up stories, and I mean, it's unbelievable in a lot of ways, but it's got to be the truth because of everything else my father did and how we were raised, and he would never lie to anyone. And I know that he was speaking the truth about the Ark of the Covenant, and I hope someday that we'll all get to see it for ourselves when God knows it's the right time to show it to us.